Hi, Muchismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, share the video. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. Pass it on if you believe someone else will benefit from it. I would appreciate that. All right, guys, what are we going to talk about now? What is there not to talk about when we're talking about spiritual warfare? I'm just going to pull a topic out of my head. Okay, spiritual warfare. It is something that we must confront whether the narcissist is in our life or not. The spiritual warfare, we're going to have to contend with that individually as well. You know, this is things that pertain to us and our decision making in life. You know, the struggles that we contend with on a daily basis. And these are the things that must be addressed independently and individually, apart from what we're learning about narcissists, toxic people, energy vampires, whatever you want to call them. Just people that mean you no damn good, blocking your blessings, trying to steal your light, block your light, dim your light. You know, when we're sitting in the comforts of our home, or we're sitting in the comforts of the job that we have, or we have our little downtime, these are things that we should often think about, because this is what these moments are for. When you say downtime, downtime is for reflecting. And most of us, if we're honest, when we got downtime, we'd rather think about nothing. We'd rather just be left alone, not have to think about anything. But I think God has afforded us this this feature in our life, this moment, this pause in our life. And it's called introspecting. I don't think we can ever do enough introspecting. I mean, we're not talking about being dogmatic about it in any way, shape, or form. We're just talking about being very fluid in how we live, how we stop, how we pause, and how we start reflecting. Because when you have those moments of downtime, if you don't address these things, when you have that type of time, most often you won't in any other portions of your life, because there's just too many distractions. And so what I'm really saying is, when we have this space and this time alone in isolation, we should really capitalize on it and see where our life is in the grand scheme of things. And this is not a discussion to have with anyone else. This is between you and God and your thoughts. And I've found that is very invigorating when I do it, because had I not just sat there and sat with my thoughts, I would not have imagined that there were anything that I was having to deal with, or anything that I had not thought about. Because from the outside, unless there's a problem, there isn't a problem, we think. But there's always certain things that we can reflect on, introspect on, and then come to a point of realizing, wow, hadn't realized this, didn't think about that. We're not talking about anything over the top, nothing major. It could be something serious, or it could just be something, something small. But the benefit of it is you begin to, much like taking a break in sports, sitting on the bench, resting, being able to go back out and perform at your peak. And this is a lot of how it is with life. When you have that downtime, you need to huddle up, find out if there is anything that needs to be addressed within you going forward. Then you get back into the game of life. And I think that should be incorporated in our life on a consistent basis. It's just like working out. A lot of times we'll be consistent about those things, but this is a psychological, mental, and spiritual working out. I think unless you have a good mind, or a strong, healthy mind, it doesn't matter really how your body well, it does matter, but it doesn't. What I'm saying is you can have a fit body, but if you have a very unfit mind, a lot of times your body will look impeccable, but definitely it will be some hollowness in your everyday life, in your existence. And I've seen these type of individuals, they look good on the outside, but you can actually look at them with the same eyes and see that there is something falling apart. You know, you can do both. You know, I put another channel up, but I haven't yet made any videos for just calisthenics and you know, just physical healing. Set of exercises that I planned on doing here very shortly. But I have this foot injury that I thought was getting so much better, but it aches and it aches and it aches. So I am doing a little light conditioning with the bands and different things like that, trying to get my stamina in check. But I do plan to continue that channel. I just haven't done it yet. And it's not really a procrastination. It is, but it isn't. It's just because I'm trying to be realistic, because when I start, I don't want to be hit and miss. I want it to be a consistent 2 to 3 day a week thing. And I want my body to be transformed by this very thing that I'm encouraging other people to do as well. So it's a win-win. And so when I do upload this type of stuff in these videos, I mean, I hope you guys will just join in on that too. And do it at your own leisure. But the mental and the emotional and the spiritual part of you is the most important, because the body follows the mind, not the other way around. The mind doesn't follow the body. The body follows the mind, because so a man thinketh in his mind, so is he. And so this is why you see people look like they in peak performance fit-wise, but they can see so much contention, so much anger, hostility, so much trauma, hurt, fear, insecurities. We all struggle with certain things like that at some point in our life, or wrestle with them. So just get that time alone and spend that time to just reflect and look into some things in your life that you might not otherwise have paid attention to. This isn't to encourage you guys to just do this stuff, man. This is that video. That being said, bless.